Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the presentation portion of the Rensselaer County Legislature. We have 4 presentations tonight. Our first one is P 6824. This is a resolution commending Brunswick-Brittenkill Central School District bus driver Barry Sullivan upon his heroic and life-saving actions. And this is a presentation by legislators Harrington, Cassell, Maloney, and anyone else who would like to join us. And I would invite Mr. Sullivan to the front of the room. And if you have family with you, they're welcome to come up as well.
Come on up here. Oops, right over here. All right. It's my pleasure to present this proclamation to, as a resolution to Barry Sullivan on behalf of the entire legislative body. This is a resolution, as I said, commending Brunswick-Brittenkill Central School District bus driver Barry Sullivan upon his heroic and life-saving actions. Whereas this legislative body endeavors to recognize those outstanding individuals who provide needed and exemplary service to the residents of Rensselaer County. Whereas the manner in which an emergency is responded to can mean the difference between life and death. Whereas Barry Sullivan has been a bus driver with the Brunswick-Brittenkill Central School District since 2013. And whereas on January 30th, 2024, at about 2:40 in the afternoon, Rensselaer County deputies were called to Route 7 in Pittstown and found a van off the road with severe damage. And whereas the investigation determined the 22-year-old man heading west past the stopped school bus, which was flashing its red warning signals, passed him on the right shoulder as a student was exiting the bus. Whereas whereas Barry saw the van attempting to pass in his rearview mirror and quickly grabbed the student and pulled her back up the stairs to safety. Whereas his quick and professional action intercepting and physically preventing the girl from exiting the bus saved her from serious injury or possible death. Whereas this legislative body recognizes the quick, decisive actions and exemplary service efforts of Barry Sullivan and commends him for his heroic actions. Now therefore be resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature does hereby commend Barry Sullivan for his heroic actions, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed be transmitted to Barry Sullivan. I know a little bit about bus drivers. I never drove one, but I had an older brother that drove one. And I know, he said one of the things they watch for constantly is people passing the stopped school bus. And I think, from what I understand, it seems to be getting worse instead of better. So I know they're starting to put those cameras on the bus, but still, it doesn't stop some people from going by. And I mean, I want to commend you personally. We entrust you with our kids for 12 years probably in most cases. So thank you very much. And let's see, where have I had? Okay, so Jeff, speaking of school bus drivers.
Yeah, I've been driving about the same as Barry has. And I just want to thank him for, it's a tough job, but it's, a job you love. You don't do it because you love the kids, so that's why we're here. And being a driver for the same amount of time as him, I know what it's like, and you're right, it doesn't seem to be getting any better or easier. So from Hoosick Falls, we'd just like to thank you too.
Thank you, sir. So it's Barry the bus driver. There should be a book named Barry the bus driver. I've known Barry for a long time, and I've known his wife for a long time. And I want his wife to stand up, please. I know you want to come down there, but stand up. All right. I've been out to this site where it happened many times, and I've been talking to Barry many times. I did get a hold of the Christa family, whose daughter was involved in front of their place, the auto place there. And Joe is out of town with business, and the daughter's doing some kind of practice at Tamarack for the next level for I think softball. So they couldn't make it. So they sent the regrets. And Barry got honored recently in the state capitol, and I arranged it, and he came down and he met Senator Ashby, and he was with Sullivan Medett. And Barry came down. He got out of work. He was real busy. Flew down there. I said, Barry, where are you? He says, I'm on the road, almost at the parking garage. And I says, that's another half an hour away. So we had to get things going. So Barry shows up at the Capitol, the Senate floor, and they won't let him on the floor, Barry, the bus driver, because he didn't have a sport coat on. So he said, the bus driver. So Barry had to get a coat, right, Barry? Yeah. To put on. We got him a coat. He put on him. We got honored. But Barry's a friend. And he's a hero. He's a real hero. So thank you, Barry. And right now, I'm going to pin a hero pin on Barry.
Is this the second time, Barry? Were you driving off the last
No,
time?
I was not. Another gentleman was doing it the first time.
Yeah, I would like to mention that the same location, the same student, I believe,
sir.
had a similar incident, in 2018, maybe it was.
Yeah.
I think it was in 2018. She had gotten off that bus and got far enough away from the bus, and the driver went between her and her father, I think. I missed the child. So it's the same child, too. So, and same location. So it's a good spot to keep your eyes open. I'm sure he does every day. Want to say a few words?
I'm not a big speaker. I'm not a hero. There's more people out there. You guys that are doing the jobs behind the scene. You got our teachers, our veterans, policemen, doctors. They're more heroes than I am. It's about the kids. We're the first ones to see them in the morning, and the last ones to see them at night. We need to keep them safe. We need to get maybe more patrol out there on Route 7, as you guys were talking a little bit earlier, how busy that road is. It's a highway from here to Vermont. We just need to keep our kids safe. And I appreciate everything everybody has done for me and my family and these kids and all you do for everybody in this county. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're a humble man, and that is not true. You're really important to those kids.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But when you are a hero, you don't think of yourself.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Barry.
Good job. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Our next resolution is P 6924. This is a resolution commending Reagan Rattel upon her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational. This is a presentation again by legislators Harrington, Cassell, and Maloney, and anyone else that would like to join us. I'd like to invite Reagan and her family to come on up front.
All right. Wonderful. This is a resolution commending Reagan Rattel upon her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational. Whereas cognizant of the hard work and steadfast commitment by some of the exceptional youth in our county to excel in competitive sports, it is consistent with the duty of this legislative body to recognize their achievements. And whereas high school wrestling builds and strengthens self-reliance, mental toughness, competitive spirit, self-discipline, and develops diet and nutritional goals through the process of making weight, preparing student athletes for the future life goals. And whereas Reagan Rattel is a senior student athlete at Tamarack High School, and whereas Reagan claimed the title of New York State champion in girls wrestling at the SRC Arena at Onondaga Community College in Syracuse on January 26, 2024, where she was up against 15 of the top female wrestlers in the state in her weight class of 126 pounds. And whereas, along with her recent championship, Reagan's other wrestling achievements include being named a two-time Fargo All-American, first place at the Section 2 Girls Ranking Tournament at Cambridge High School, second place at the Eastern States Championship Tournament, Most Outstanding Wrestler, and 126-pound champion at Shaker's Queen Bison Tournament, and the 126-pound champion of the Columbia Dames and Devils Tournament. And whereas on January 28th, 2024, Reagan collected her 100th career win, and whereas Reagan was invited to Team USA's Olympic Trials training camp, and whereas wrestling is a demanding sport that requires not only physical abilities, but also requires the athlete to think quickly and problem solve. And whereas Reagan has committed to wrestle on the women's team at Elmira College in the fall, where she will be pursuing a degree in nursing, now therefore be it resolved that this legislative body pause in its deliberations and most joyously commends Reagan Rattel on her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational and wishes her the best of luck in all future endeavors. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Reagan Rattel. Little history here, and we go back a little bit. The Rattel family grew up the road from me in Spiegeltown, and Kevin and I probably wrestled in elementary school. I didn't last long, so I look up to you. You know, wrestling wasn't just for me. I was more of a baseball player, but I'm all about youth sports. And anytime we can encourage youth to take up sports, it helps mold them for their future. It develops them to become adults. It develops them to be community organized people. It helps the overall health of our communities. So I commend her and suggest that she continues on as far as she possibly can, because when you get old like us, we can't do it anymore, right? We pull too many muscles. But anyways, I congratulate you, and I'd like to hand you this resolution. Anybody like to say something?
So I go to a lot of events in Tamarack, no matter what sport it is, and I have watched Reagan's career since she was young, watched her and followed her, and Reagan's really good, really good. And New York State needs more nurses like Reagan, believe me. And about wrestling, I wrestled in high school. I played baseball in high school. I played football in high school. I played lacrosse in college. And there's not a tougher sport mentally and physically than wrestling. So thank you, Reagan.
I just like to say congratulations too. I try to get these two guys that wrestled before to take her on here. I want to get them mad in here, but neither one of them would take me up on it. So couldn't get any volunteers. And I'm about the age I'm going to be a nurse, so I got to be careful. where you're nursing, let me know, all right? You'll be throwing me around. Thank you, and congratulations, really. It's an honor to have you.
You wanna say something? Tell them what you're gonna do in the
Go ahead.
Thank you everyone for inviting me to this and doing this for me. It means a lot to me. And I want to thank my mom and dad, especially, for everything they've done for me. But thank you everyone.
I'm not ahead of the tip. Really win the show.
Congratulations.
I'm doing that. So, if you have any trouble, you let me know, I'll talk to you. Good to see you. Congratulations.
How's the Tamarack grad, so I thought we need to come up. Reagan, I get to do anything in this ring? What? Just bring it on. Practice. Just practice, okay.
Okay, next is P 7024. This is a resolution commending Ellie Hutton upon her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational. Outstanding girls, I'll tell you. This is a presentation by legislators Fiacco, Bailey, Hoffman, and anyone else who would like to join me. And I'd like to ask Ellie and her family and friends and whoever else is with her to come on up front.
Is it Ellie or L? L. Hi, Leon. How are you? Nice to meet you. Okay. How are you? All right. This resolution is commending Elle Hutton upon her first place in the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational. Whereas it's consistent with the hard work and steadfast commitment of some of the exceptional youth in this county to excel in sports, consider their duty. It's the duty of this legislative body to recognize students that do that. Whereas high school wrestling builds strength, self-reliance, mental toughness, competitive spirit, self-discipline, develops diets, nutrition, goals, and process of maintaining weight so you can keep up with the other wrestlers. Whereas Elle Hutton is a junior student athlete at Columbia High School, and whereas Elle won the state championship at the, it's a lot of letters here, NYSPHSSA Girls Wrestling Invitation at the SRC Arena, that was an easy one, in Ontaga Community College in Syracuse on January 26, 2024. She was up against female wrestlers in the state of her weight class of 185 pounds, whereas Elle won all 4 of her matches in her weight class and became Columbia's first female state champion. Whereas wrestling demands, requires, and only physical abilities, but it also requires an athletic to think quick and problem solve. Resolved, that this legislative body will pause a deliberation from the most joyous commencements of Elle Hutton on her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitation. Is Scott still here? Scott was a wrestler too. There he is. I wrestled at Columbia also, and I stopped around 10th grade because I went to the state sectionals. I was ranked pretty high in it, knocked out first one, dude. I was going in and out. So it was quick, but I had a lot of good memories with wrestling, and I'm sure you do too. Congratulations. Yes, sir.
I'd like to say thank you to my coaches and my family and my friends that have supported me. It's only my second year wrestling, and it's made a big impact on my life. I started because I wanted to stay in shape actually for football. I played varsity football at Columbia, and I honestly, it has become my favorite sport, wrestling. I just did it to stay in shape, and now it's my life. I go to a gym in Troy called Kirby, as Reagan goes to too, and all four of our Section 2 state champs actually go to the same gym. And that coach there, Joe Usolini, he is literally the best coach I've ever had. And Marriage is also the best coach I've ever had. But to be a state champ after not placing the year before really makes a difference, and I hope little girls look up to it too that wrestle as well. So yeah.
Congratulations.
With it being Women's History Month and we just celebrated International Women's Day, could there be any better role models than these two ladies? Congratulations. Thank you so much. And our last presentation is P7224. This is a resolution commending Troy Art Block and being named the Best New Festival. This is a resolution presentation by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, and anyone else who'd like to join us up front. And any representatives from Troy Art Block, we'd invite you up front as well.
Oh, Ronnie's here too. Is he on the board? You can sit wherever you want.
Come on up, everybody. How are you? Good evening.
Stand right here. So, it is our distinct pleasure to be here tonight with members from the Art Center with us, board members and president, I believe, yes. So I'll let you introduce everyone later, okay? After I read the resolution. So, resolution passed last month, resolution commending Troy Art Block for being named Best New Festival. Whereas a community is only as great as its members who provide exemplary leadership and service and who through personal and professional dedication contribute to the fabric and the climate of Rensselaer County. Whereas attendant to such duty and fully in accord with its long-standing tradition, it is the intent of this legislative body to convey its compliments to the Art Center and to the Capital Region for producing a new public art project, the Troy Art Block. Whereas Troy Art Block is an open-air mural gallery in downtown Troy. The Art Center of the Capital Region curated and invited artists to produce 27 temporary murals in a 2-block span in the Church Street alley between State Street and Ferry Street. And whereas supported by funding from the American Recovery Plan Act, the event was co-hosted by the Downtown Troy Bid and local businesses, as well as sponsorship by Collective Effort Marketing Services and Friends of the Project. The live painting event was held on October 14th, 2023, during a block party featuring music, entertainment, food and beverage, and drew crowds of thousands. And whereas after being nominated by the USA Today as one of the contenders in the 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards, Troy Art Block won first place for Best New Festival. Now therefore be it resolved that in accordance with the tradition of this legislative body to recognize those individuals whose superior achievements have contributed to the vitality of this community, we hereby extend grateful appreciation to the Art Center of the Capital Region. I'd like to personally congratulate the Art Center of the Capital Region. It's one of, as the county executive talked about jewels earlier tonight, it certainly is one of the jewels we have in Troy. It's had many redefining moments over its years. It started out down on the Washington Park years ago, and then I'll never forget when they first moved up to the old Standard furniture buildings. Being there, they asked the public to come in and gut, and we were in there ripping plaster and lath off the walls and whatnot until I think it became too dangerous and they turned it over to a contractor. So, but this is just one of the many things, the contributions that this center has made to the community. And it is also, like I said earlier, Jewel, but it draws people in. It also has an educational element. It brings culture to our community, and for the most part, it makes us proud. And I'd just like to thank them for what they've done here. I would like to introduce the President and CEO, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Okay, and if you'd like to introduce. Okay.
Yes, this is our, thank you. Thank you so much. With us today, I have members of our board and staff. So we've got Warren Shaw, Ronnie Shamam, oh my God, Suji Picard, Nicole Peterson, and Gwen Kraus. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, believe it or not. So each of us play a different role, but together, should I continue?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the elected officials for recognizing the Art Center here at the county and at the city and also at the state. Together, we can make the kind of community we want to live in and we want to raise our children in. If you've been to Church Street, you know that it has some negative behaviors in it, and we were asked to bring art to it to literally change that, to change the face of that alley and to change the activity of Troy. So when I invite you all to Church Street, I do it confidently and kindly, and I hope you see the project. And I want to thank our board and our staff for working on these projects. They can be fast-paced, they need a lot of trust and a lot of risk, and so I appreciate my board president, Gwen, and the rest of the trustees for believing in us. And I just want to say finally to the many friends I see here today, as you wonder, do arts make a difference? And if you wonder, do our decisions make a difference and do our funding make a difference? I would heartily say yes. And when you go to that alley and you look, I think you will too. So thank you for this tonight.
Yeah, actually, just really quickly, a lot of different metaphors have been used. So there was GEM. I always think of the Art Center as a pillar and even an anchor for our community. And I just want to echo now a couple of times said the congratulations and thank you to the board and to the staff, because where the Art Center has always been a place that people could come to for great programming, amazing programming, and then opens its doors widely on Troy Night Out. Lately, there's been more and more activity about taking what the Art Center is and does out into the community and making a difference that way. And so for your vision for what public art can be and what it can do, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
So these are copies from
Thank you.
all.
Yes, thank you. you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. How are you? Nice to see you. So nice to see you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Excellent, good work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this recognition. It's really nice. That was nice.
I'm very familiar
Hello.
with the artwork.
Oh, it's good. I'm glad. I hope you like it. Thank you. I know. Yep. And I think it's kind of got a divine feeling to it, doesn't it? It does. Yeah. I didn't know that only one or the other did, so I appreciate it. Brian didn't come, and maybe somebody else. Judy and Brian.
Okay, and if you need more,
Okay.
you can just call us.
Oh, I appreciate
Liz
it.
is one of the best.
We're in it together.
We're together, yeah.
We're in it
We've
together.
been emailing back and forth, we've
We
been
just want
talking
the
all the
best
time,
for
and this
Troy.
really is, oh, I look for it. It's right in my heart for it.
Listen,
We can
I
use
live
as
in
much
East
money from
Greenbush.
the state.
That's what we're doing today.
Yeah.
We're going back and forth with
Yeah.
emails, and we found out the arts in the budget, but it's not broken down,
We
right?
have a line item in
Line
the
item.
assembly, but not in the Senate.
And this is what we're, but the budget was.
The amount is there.
The amount was there, but the
allowance
line
is there.
items weren't there, so I gotta work on that.
Yeah, please. We like to spend our money. God knows I like to spend money.
For fun. Yes. So good to see you. Please, Does anybody need a break before we begin? Just want to double check. I know it's been longer than normal tonight with the state of the county. Okay. So it is 7:22. I'd like to call the March 12th, 2024 regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey. Mr. Cassell. Mr. Choquette. Mr. Fiacco. Mr. Fleming. Mr. Genron. Mr. Grant. Mr. Grimm. Mr. Harrington. Mr. Loveridge. Mr. Maloney. Ms. Nichols. Mr. Patiri. Mr. Stahl. Ms. Weaver. Mr. Wysocki. Mr. Zaluski. Chairwoman Hoffman.
Here.
There are 18 present.
Before we start, I know the county executive had touched on this earlier, but I just want to, if you could just entertain me and give me a moment to reflect on what has been a very difficult week here in Rensselaer County and in some of our towns. So as you know, Casey Frankowski, a well-respected New York Army National Guard helicopter pilot, passed away when her helicopter crashed on Friday. Casey was a huge part of the fabric of our community here in Rensselaer County, hailing from a family truly dedicated in public service, from the fire department to the police department and so on. Along with Casey, a New York State trooper, John Gracia, was also killed in the crash. He perished along with a member of our U.S. Border Patrol. Jacob Pratt, also from Rensselaer County, was seriously injured in that crash. We pray for Jacob and for his family, for God to watch over him and to give him strength as he recovers. This truly is a tragic loss for us here in Rensselaer County and for our country and for our community. So we ask that you keep them all in your prayers. And now I'd like to invite Legislator Grant to offer our invocation.
Chairwoman Hoffman said we pray for the recovery of Jacob Pratt and his injuries. And if we could have a moment of silence for Casey Frankowski, John Gracia, and Christopher Luna. our deliberations and help us to be wise in the decisions we make for the good of all those who have placed their trust in our leadership. Lord, give us insight to lead with integrity. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Harrington?
Madam Chair, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting of February 13, 2024, and approve the minutes as printed.
Do I have a second? Mr. Bailey, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Presentation of petitions.
On file?
Presentation of communications.
On file?
Reports of commissions.
On file?
Departmental reports.
On file?
Reports of standing committees.
On file?
Local laws.
There are none tonight.
Okay, well, on to the index of resolutions. I would like to go a little bit out of order. And I would like to first do P 13724.
P 13724, resolution appointing Lori A. Kennedy to fill a vacancy of the Rensselaer County Legislature, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. Lori, congratulations.
Standing up.
I think Lori is going to be an outstanding addition to the legislature. I know she resides from South Troy and is greatly involved in the Troy community and throughout the city of Troy. She has 2 grown boys, and here with her husband to join in taking the oath is Joe. Lori is a small business owner in Troy, along with her other job, and I just want to let you know that we wish you well, and we're very excited to have you here representing the residents of Troy, in addition to the other legislators that are here. So please feel free to come up, and we'd like to introduce the Honorable Deborah Young to administer the oath, and then I think Greg DiGiulio is also here with the oath book. If you want to come on up here too, Greg. All right, Laura, we invite you to take your seat right up front next to Rob. Thank you to Deb Young, the Honorable Deb Young, for being here with us tonight, and also to Greg. We appreciate that. Thank you. And to also the supporters, friends, and family in the back who are here representing Troy. It looks like a big contingent back there and supporting Lori. So thank you so much. Okay, we'll get back to the resolutions.
Kel, before we go on to the next resolution, I'd
Yes.
just
Oh,
like
you
to
need to
update the
update the
attendance to
attendance.
19.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. G 8024.
G 8024, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, and public administrator, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8124.
G 8124, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment rolls for the town of Sand Lake, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8224.
G 8224, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8324.
G 8324, resolution authorizing an agreement with Laboratory Corporation of America Holdings, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8424.
G 8424, resolution amending an agreement with Daughters for Hire LLC for personal care 1 and 2 services, Unified Family Services Aging, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, Fiaco, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8524.
G 8524, resolution authorizing an agreement with Northeast Parent and Child Society for Foster Care Preventative Services, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8624.
G 8624, resolution authorizing agreements with Northeast Parent and Child Society, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8724.
G 8724, resolution authorizing the addition of a workforce scheduler position and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8824.
G 8824, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, and public administrator, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 8924.
G 8924, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 9024.
G 9024, resolution authorizing a contract for Ford, Chevrolet, and Chrysler Dodge parts and repairs for auto maintenance, Highway Department, and SOAR District, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, and Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 9124.
G 9124, resolution authorizing Rensselaer County to change retiree health insurance from Humana Medicare to Aetna Passive PPO and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Bureau of Human Resources, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Patiri, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 9224.
G 9224, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, and public administrator, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G9324.
G9324, resolution authorizing reclassification of the training facility coordinator position, amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G9424.
G9424, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Buildings Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G9524.
G9524, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Probation, and Stop DWI, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G9624.
G9624, resolution authorizing agreements for the 2024 Youth Development Programs, Unified Family Services, Youth Services, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G9724.
G9724, resolution authorizing agreements for 2024 Youth Team Sports Program allocations, Unified Family Services, Youth Services, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G9824.
G9824, resolution authorizing agreements for the 2024 Youth Sports Educational Opportunities Allocations, Unified Family Services, Youth Services, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G9924.
G9924, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Stop DWI, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G124.
G124, resolution authorizing agreements for the 2024 Youth Sports Educational Infrastructure Allocations, Unified Family Services, Youth Services, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10124.
G10124, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Stop DWI, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10224.
G10224, resolution authorizing payment for a truck repair and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10324.
G10324, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Lovett, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10424.
G10424, resolution authorizing the purchase of one vehicle, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10524.
G10524, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10624.
G10624, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Lovett, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10724.
G10724, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for pretrial services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G10824.
G10824, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2024 assessment rolls for the towns of Grafton and Petersburg, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes, 1 abstention, Mr. Grimm.
So moved. G10924.
G10924, resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 administrative vehicles, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G11024.
G 11024, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 11124.
G 11124, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 11224.
G 11224, resolution authorizing the extension of a grant from the New York State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 11324.
G 11324, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Public Defender, Conflict Defender, and Public Administrator, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 11424.
G 11424, resolution providing the protection of county home rule, the Rensselaer County Charter, and the rights of Rensselaer County residents in relation to the New York legislation A04282B/S03505, introduced by legislators Patiri, Wysocki, and Zaluski.
Although, yes, Mr. Grimm?
This resolution, if we recall in July, past summer, we had a resolution not supporting this endeavor that was going to be passed by the state. And I voted against that, and I explained my vote then. And now this is a lawsuit against this, and I question the legalities of that, but I'm also going to vote no on this.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Zaluski.
Thank you. So this resolution went through the local government committee that I'm a member of, and we actually had a really interesting debate for those that were there with legislators Jerry and Grant. And this comes about, of course, as the state has passed legislation to enact in-year elections across counties. It doesn't affect cities, because I think the New York State Constitution provides that, but it does affect towns in New York State and counties. Our attorney, C.J. Kemp, was present at the meeting and presented the county's view on this lawsuit. I've been researching the law myself on this. I don't feel like the county will be successful in this lawsuit. Obviously, this is a state versus counties and a territorial issue. We have our own charter. And of course, state law has the municipal home rule law. But the municipal home rule law states that any laws that are in conflict between a county charter and state law, the state general law will supersede that as long as the state general law is applying equally across all counties. It's not going to target a particular county. So we had some back and forth on that. CJ acknowledged that that's probably how the state will present their case. Rensselaer County is going to present our side of it, which would be along the lines of that this is our own charter and we should be able to defend our county with our charter. I think the state law is going to supersede that, and that will be a result in court. However, I will say that I am pleased that we're not spending funds on this. Onondaga, as CJ was telling us, Onondaga is the lead county filing this suit against the state. They've already allocated $100,000 toward that effort. I think we're going to have outside counsel come in. CJ indicated that we are going to use our own counsel here, whether it be CJ or Phil or someone else. I don't know exactly who's going to be handling it, but that's great that we're not going to spend money on it. I still think it's not going to be a successful lawsuit. All of that being said, I support the even-year elections as a representative of the city of Troy, where we have generally, in odd-year elections, abysmal turnout. And I actually wrote down a few numbers. In 2020, which was a big election, we had 16,600 people turn out to vote, out of about 25,000 registered voters. Decent, not awesome, but decent. And in 2022, another even-year election, but a midterm election, we had 11,500. We dropped off 16,000 down to 11,000. In 2019, which was a mayoral election, we had 8,900 people turn out, basically half of 2020. And in 2023, we
had 8,300 ballots cast, which is horrible. We had 50,000 residents in the city of Troy. We cast 8,300 ballots to decide who's going to lead our city. And that's just, and I understand the argument and say, well, people just need to come out and vote, but there's something about even year elections that brings more people out to vote. We see it in the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. You just get tremendous turnout in the even year elections. And the last point I'll make on this is that since we changed the calendar for elections, right, it used to be, you'll remember this, we used to go out in June, petition, and then, campaign over the summer, September primary, November election, you're done. Yes. Now, I think a lot of us are out right now petitioning, right? Parties are making decisions in February, petitions are going out late February, throughout March. Then you have a primary in June, actually we'll have another primary in April for presidential primary, but then a primary in June, and then another election in November, and then you get December off, and then, we start again. It's just, it feels like it's a constant electoral process, and I think, I can't speak for the town, I don't know how folks feel there, but I just think people in the city of Troy just gets tired of the perpetual campaign process. I think it makes more sense to have fewer elections and have more people come out in the elections that we do have. So that's why I support I want to see what happens. I want to try it out and see what happens. I understand it's not applying equally across, for example, the city of Troy, which we're talking about right now. It's not going to affect Troy, but let's see how it works out, and then we can start passing more legislation. If it does work, we pass legislation to have it affect the cities as well. But anyway, I generally support the even year elections. The numbers don't lie, and I just think that the case itself will probably not be successful. But we all agree in the committee that let's see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Zaluski. Yes. Mr. Gendron.
As we've seen with the gerrymandering of the redistricting lines across New York State, it's a constant battle trying to get Republicans out of office. I feel this is just another way to gerrymander the elections. We all know that even year elections have presidential races as well as gubernatorial races. And in New York, we're heavily Democrat. My concern is the overwhelming size of the ballots. And also the fact that I have much more to say, but I'm going to hold it to myself. But I just think this is another way of trying to get Republicans out of office in New York State.
Okay. Mr. Harrington?
I would agree with legislator who just spoke. I just think, that ballot's going to be gigantic size, and it's even going to be more and more confusing. And I think we have a charter, so we have home rule, and I think we have to stick to the charter. And I think the state's just trying to take over everything we do. I think we have to be. We have a charter, we have to stick to it.
Thanks, Mr. Harrington. Mr. Grant?
Just one quick point about the charter. The charter was voted upon by the citizens of Franklin County. I can't remember the year, I think it was 1972. So it's really kind of an obligation for those of us who, in my opinion, kind of an obligation for those of us who represent Franklin County as well as the county executive, kind of defend the charter on what the charter outlined for the Constitution of elections. Since the charter was passed on that voter referendum. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Okay, we'll take a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
14 ayes, 5 noes.
Okay, so moved. Thank you for that. G 115-24.
G 115-24, resolution amending resolution G 6-18, approving a contract for legislative legal counsel introduced by legislators Loveridge, Casal, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 116-24.
G 116-24, resolution authorizing printing of 2024 presidential primary ballots, Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 117-24.
G 11724, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, district attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 11824.
G 11824, resolution authorizing intermunicipal agreement with the town of Schodack, the legislature, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 11924.
G 11924, resolution authorizing an agreement with New York State Department of Agriculture Markets for Petroleum Product Quality Program Consumer Affairs, introduced by legislators Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 124 has been withdrawn by sponsor. P 12124.
P 12124, resolution commencing review period for agricultural district number 3, Hoosick and Pittstown, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12224.
P 12224, resolution commencing review period for agricultural district number 4, Hoosick, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12424.
P 12324,
what did I say?
resolution commending Gina Mahoney upon being named News Channel 13 and Broadview Federal Credit Union top teacher, introduced by legislators Hoffman, Bailey, Fiaco, Grant, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12424.
P 12424, resolution commending the Honorable Deputy Minority Leader Cynthia B. Doran for her distinguished service to the residents of Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, Cassell, Grant, and Stoll.
Mr. Pateri?
I'm gonna vote no on this resolution, but I feel an old obligation to everybody here to explain why I'm voting that way. On August 11th, 2020, Ms. Doran went on Hudson Mohawk Magazine Radio. She's very distraught over a resolution she put forward, got voted down 16-3. She had commented on the radio station that Rensselaer County is a racist county, has no intentions to stop racism. As a Rensselaer County legislator, I found that deeply offensive. I listened to the broadcast twice again this weekend online to make sure I wasn't mistaken from back then when I heard it. I cannot, in good conscience, give her an honor when I felt that she disparaged all the residents of Rensselaer County and the legislators sitting here. So my vote will be no, and everybody else here can vote their own conscience. But if my opinion is you vote for this, and you're voting that you accept her way of categorizing Rensselaer County residents, which we all represent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pateri. Mr. Gendron?
14 months ago, I sat at 1600, the old legislative chamber, sat in the audience as it was being voted on for me to become a member of this legislature, and everyone from the other side of the aisle decided to vote against me. Since then, there's been several that have come up to me, shaken my hand, had conversation with me. I've been to events down at the Rensselaer County Sheriff. I've not seen her there. I've been to honor event ceremonies here, have not seen her there. With all that being said, I couldn't find anything on her on the internet. With that being said, I can't in good conscience vote for this either.
Thank you, Mr. Gendron. Okay. All those in favor? Opposed?
17 ayes to, 4 noes. So, sorry, so that's 15 ayes, 4 noes.
Okay. P 12524.
P 12524, resolution recognizing April 2024 as National Donate Life Month, introduced by legislators Hoffman, Bailey, Fiaco, Grant, and the entire legislative body.
I would like to recognize Mr. Gray, who's with us tonight, for all of his outstanding work in regard to National Donate Life. He's a recipient. He was recently in California at was it the Rose Bowl parade, right? And recognized by many, many different ways, many accolades, many awards, many grants. And so I just want to recognize you tonight and say thank you for all the work that you do and the recognition that you bring to this important cause. So all those in favor? Oh, sorry. Mr. Grant.
I'd also like to recognize Dave for his tireless efforts in promoting this life-saving cause. There are so many people, and the number is increasing almost on a daily basis, who are benefited by the publicity his efforts have been getting. We appreciate it on behalf of the residents of Mexico County. Please continue your good health and keep up your good work. God bless you. County is improving to 57% registration rate per capita.
That's great. Fantastic. Thank you. Right. Well deserved. Congratulations. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12624.
P 12624, resolution honoring Silver Star Banner Day in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Harrington, Casell, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12724.
P 12724, resolution recognizing April 2024 as Child Abuse Awareness Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislator Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12824.
P 12824, resolution recognizing April 7th through the 13th, 2024 as Library Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Casell, Genren, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 12924.
P 12924, resolution recognizing April 14th through the 28th, 2024 as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13024.
P 13024, resolution in support of the United States Post Office commemorating Betsy Doyle on a United States stamp, introduced by legislator Grant and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13124.
P 13124, resolution recognizing April 21st through the 27th, 2024 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13224.
P 13224, resolution recognizing the month of April 2024 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13324.
P 13324, resolution urging restoration of CHIPS funding for critical infrastructure investment, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, Casell, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13424.
P 13424, resolution adjourning the March 12th, 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Rensselaer County legislator and mayor of Troy, the Honorable Robert Conway Jr., introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13524.
P 13524, resolution adjourning the March 12th, 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Honorable Patricia Jean Jackson, introduced by legislator Stahl and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 13624.
P 13624, resolution adjourning the March 12, 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Rensselaer County Legislator, the Honorable Peter P. Durkee, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. And that is the... I didn't finish my sentence. I'm going to keep you here for a minute. Mr. Harrington.
I'm sure you all know legislator Norman and I had an incident a few years back, something I had sent, committee meeting. And I contemplated voting against that resolution, but, we all live and learn. And I just hope we all learn. She learned from her mistakes, and I've learned from mine. So I think we just water over the dam, but really hope she's learned from the mistakes she has made and brought up. I hope she has. And we all learn from those mistakes. So,
Thank you.
water over the dam, we just
Thanks, Mr. Harrington. Okay, now I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Maloney. Second, all in favor? Aye. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks. It's been a long meeting. Good meeting.